Alrighty. Hey, Neko, how are you doing this evening? Neko says looking for work. That's what Cloud was doing when he became an eco-terrorist. Oh, wait, wrong Final Fantasy. You are correct. You know what Final Fantasy has in common with a story that never ends? It was the never Final Fantasy they told. I mean, technically, there's a couple of times it could have been the Final Fantasy had things gone differently. Hang on, I've left something. Losing my mind is what I'm doing. I thought I had that already. Which pixie are you referring to there, Neko? I missed it. Because I don't have a pixie with me at the moment. And I just realized this other microphone is in my way. There we go. If I can get everything situated, we'll be good to go. Okay. Paladin's Pledge, and this quest is where now? Thanalan. Oh, it's at the Gladiators Guild. I should have guessed that. To the Gladiators Guild. The one on the waiting screen. Must have been when the idling camera was going. Okay. We need to go to the Gladiators Guild. Either way, I would have missed it because I was distracted by doing other things. And I keep looking over here to look at chat, thinking I'm talking to you there. But your camera's right. The camera's right there, so I really should be looking at that from time to time. Anyway, I do not have the optimal setup for streaming, if we're being perfectly honest. Okay, here that we need to talk to Lulutsu here. Yes, Lulutsu wishes to share with you some exciting news. Oh, there you are, Jack. Perfect timing. I've just heard a juicy bit of gossip, and I know you're going to be interested in. Apparently, and remember, you heard this from me. You heard this first from me. The Sultan's Sworn Elite are sharing their secret skills in the training of paladins. Incredible, I know. The Sultan's Sworn have an exclusive monopoly on the instruction of paladin skills. Once upon a time, if you weren't one of the officer track elites, then you had no chance to learn the arts, and competition to get to the top was very fierce indeed. Let me tell you. But anyone who joined had to swear an oath of fealty to the Ul'Dan Sultanate, which meant no more adventuring, no more daring do, and no more Colosseum, just languishing about in the palace all day, polishing plate mail. That's why this news is so big. Now anyone with a bit of commitment can learn the skills of a paladin, and no memorizing the 55 commandments of the Sworn or any other nonsense either. This is golden, no, a platinum opportunity that comes once in a lucky adventurer's lifetime. Let this slip through your fingers and regret will be your just desserts. You need to go to the Royal Promenade at the Husting Strip, find the captain of the Sultan's Sworn Elite, Jinlins is his name, and tell him how you're just dying to become a paladin. Neko says paladin cameras are funky that way. I never do webcam, plus I'm always a mess. You know, that's fair. I have to clean up before I start. Questions are, you gonna get Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream? I don't get into those games, if we're being honest. So, probably not. Am I going... Nope, I am going the right way. Ah, and of course, Jinlan's is right here. Yes, I am Jinlan's, member of the Sultan's Sworn Elite and servant to the Ul'Dan Sultanate. Lest my instincts deceive me, you have come to inquire about training as a paladin. If so, I would have your name, good sir. Jack, a fine name. I bid you welcome, and salute your noble resolve. But if you aspire to the paladinhood, you should understand what it means. A paladin swears allegiance to the Sultanate. A paladin shall be the sword and shield of the Sultanate. A paladin defends the people of the realm, and I just got a thing, and, oh, Artsy's wanting me to spin the minion roulette. Hi, Artsy, how are you doing today? People of the realm, so I will spin the minion roulette here in just a second. Sellswords and gladiators and others of their ilk wield their blades for themselves, but a paladin serves the greater good. Do you understand me? The battle arts that the paladin learned have been held secret, nurtured, and perfected within the ranks of the Sultan's Sworn Elite for nigh on these 600 years. Of all those sworn to protect the Sultanate, the soldiers, the mounted guards, and the knights, we are the elites of the elite. Our conviction unwavering, our hearts true, our sword skills without peer. But the glory of the Sultan's Sworn, well, much of it is buried in the past now. Our brotherhood grows smaller by the year, and we are a shadow of what we once were, and the Sultana turns to sell swords to defend her palace. All this because of one traitor. No, because of a blot of dishonor left by one who shall not be named. And because of him, we have been forced to seek the help of able-bodied adventurers. Fun fact, if you play the Ul'Dan starting quest line, you actually get to see who this traitor is, and actually be the one who brings him to justice. And here you are. We shall instruct you in the paladin military arts. You will not be inducted into the Sultan's Sworn, but serve as a free paladin. However, first you will show us that both your sword and heart have metal, and you are worthy of the honor. In the ruins of the south of Little Alamigo, you will find an iron brazier. Light it, and the undead nearby will be drawn to the flame. Slay these monsters and give their hearts to the fire. Return to present to me their ashes as proof of your deed. Now, would-be paladin, show me the metal in your heart and steel in your blade. Artsy says she's doing good. Wasn't expecting to be sleepy today too, but here we are. You're probably still recovering from Sunday, I'm guessing. Neko says, got Zaxby's and it's time to eat. I'll stay here. Hello, Artsy Fartsy. Alright, so Artsy wants me to spin the minion roulette. We shall do so. And we got Wind Up Rydia. Let's check on that one. According to myth, Rydia went missing as a child, only to re-emerge a short while later as a woman grown. How she later came to be immortalized as a miniature as Mamet is unclear, though her voluminous bright green hair is said to be very true to life. I believe this is one of the characters from Final Fantasy IV? I think it's 4. Yeah, it is some hair, indeed. Alright, so off to Little Alamigo, though I don't think we've actually been there yet. So, yeah, we have not been to Little Alamigo yet, so first we've got to go to Central Thanaline. So we can just go right out this gate right here. And there's an Ethernet shard right here that we can take to get there. And we need... So this tell me which one it is? Oh, yeah, it does, and it's the wrong one. This is the one I need. Did they have cat ears? I don't think so. Hang on. I mean, there are characters in here with cat ears. I mean, my main is a cat girl. So, no, those aren't cat ears. Those are just normal human ears. She just got feathers in her hair. Okay, so we need... Let's hit the Mount Roulette. And I think we've had this one before, so I won't go and read its flavor text. Says, poor mom is sleeping too. She helps me clean and set up. We hibernate. Hibernate away, and I pray that I am entertaining while you hibernate. Paladin Pyra is, how you doing this evening? He says, good evening, Cell Nation. Alright. Oh, we got some Sabotenders. Some, walking cacti. Oh, you're awake now, just a dozy day. Well, that's good. I'm glad you've had a restful day, and now as the day is ending, you've got energy, which means if you're anything like me, you won't get any sleep tonight. At least that's how it goes for me. I hope that's not how it goes for you. I am in the wrong spot. We got a lot of undead peoples here. But they didn't attack me, I think because I'm technically higher level than they all are. Because this is supposed to be done at like level 30, and I'm level 40 right now. You have energy, but gotta be quiet while Mama sleeps. Also not much from the doctor, but talk to Nana. Fair enough. The moans of the undead grow louder. That's not good. Let's put those moans to rest, shall we? Okay, those two guys are dead. Now we got a wandering mage that we're going to take out. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't pull out Trez. Now we got some Trez. Alright. We have lit the brazier and slain the undead. Now we feed the Ashken hearts to the flame. Ashken hearts. Shriveled hearts removed from the lifeless husks of 3 forsaken souls who were, until recently, undead. Story moment, which we can definitely take seriously with his goofy sunglasses. If you are in this place, searching for the undead, then you must be a petitioner seeking the secrets of the Paladin arts. But make no mistake, simply learning Paladin swordplay does not make you a Paladin, nor does the armor you wear or the status you claim. I am just another aging free Paladin, but you would do well to heed my counsel. Strike off the shackles that bind your spirit, lift the visor that blinds, and find the true path of the Paladin. Here you are returning to the captain, yes? Then give him this crystal. The way you use that sword reminds me of a man I used to know. Mine eyes may be old, but you can see the truth well enough. Be a paladin strong and true. Devote yourself to the way and become a beacon of light. Okay, will do. Alright, this says, gross, that reminds me and Mom watched Wake Up Dead Man finally. Good movie. That was intense. Yeah, the glasses. I still have my Easter glasses on. I don't know if I'm going to switch out. Because I think I've got some other... I do have other glasses, but they're not exactly any better right now. I can't unequip them for now. Update gear set. Alright, so we now need to return to Genlands. And he is still back in Ul'dah. Come, Trezet Demidia. We must go back to the city. Chamber of Rule. That's where we need to go. Genlands. I met a weirdo out in the wild. Face the undead monsters who infest the ruins south of Little Alamigo in southern Thanalan. Defeat them and return with proof of your deed. Well, I do have this. They are the charred remnants of the charred remnants of 3 Ashken hearts, proof that you have overcome Genland's trial. Hand over. Yes, that's what I needed. Proof that you have defeated the undead. You have shown that your heart is true and your sword has metal. I have no doubt that you will prove to be an attentive pupil. That is well, for there is much to learn. First and foremost is this. You are a paladin now, a custodian of traditions ancient and noble. A free paladin has no master, instead he travels all lands, and in every place takes up the cause of the unarmed and defenseless. You swear fealty not to a lord, but to yourself. You are nobility amongst adventurers. You have taken your first steps on a new path, and you have earned the right to bear this, the soul of the paladin. Upon its surface are carved the deeds of the paladins of eras past. He who bears it commands the respect of all knights of honor. Bahamut's Fang, you already possess a crystal, and you say it was given to you by an unknown free paladin. Who told you to hand it to me? Well, I remember that weirdo I told you about I ran into? Where is this crystal of which you speak? I demand you show it to me at once. It's this engraved crystal right here. Strange yet beautiful runes have been carved upon the surface of this otherwise normal-looking crystal. Curse him. He has made a mockery of the trial. That crystal you bear is indeed the soul of a paladin, but it is disgraced, impure. It was stolen from the Sultan's sword. The man who gave you this soul is the very traitor whom I have been seeking. I was wrong. It's a different guy. These many moons. He is an oath breaker who bent his knee to the Ul'dah Sultanate and who swore allegiance to the Sultan's sword. But then single-handedly sullied our name and trampled it underfoot until it was lost, perhaps forever. How dare he give counsel on honor, on the paladin way? The soul is polluted, and I must dispose of it. When you come to wield your sword as a paladin, the only soul you may wear is that which is bestowed upon the captain of the Sultan's sword. That traitor is no Sultan's sworn, still less a captain. By giving you a soul, he insulted not only the Brotherhood, but you too. Perhaps an adventurer like yourself finds our rules nothing more than a nuisance, but through reigns long and short, our forebears in the Sultan's sworn have preserved its rituals and traditions, and we are duty-bound to uphold them, even if men and women within our own ranks scorn them as relics. It has been my fate to be named captain of the Sultan's swarm in these troubled times, though I did not ask for this honor. I have bent my knee to the Sultana and sworn fealty, and I will fight to restore our honor and name. You wield a skilled blade, and more importantly, you have met the traitor face to face. Your great task as a paladin will be to help me bring him to justice. You must ready yourself. Marshal your resources and hone your skills until the time comes when you are able to discharge your duty. The journey will be long, but you are a paladin now, and honor binds you as surely as an oath. Well, alrighty then. My armory is unlocked. Was it not already? And I got paladin unlocked. The soul of Paladin's Pass bequeath to you something. The next paladin quest will be available upon reaching level 35. Which technically I already am. It's red because I haven't equipped yet. But we will do so because I do want to go ahead and be a paladin. Bloop. And equip. Transferring hotbar settings by changing to paladin. You may carry over. Yes, I do want to go ahead and transfer. Yank. Hotbar and crossbar settings for gladiator have been successfully transferred. Yeah, that wasn't a surprise. So yeah, I am now officially a paladin. We'll go ahead and update the gear set. I will come back to this one because I kind of want to get on with the MSQ for now. So we do need to go back to the Black Shroud and talk to what's his name? Neko says, if you want a good phone or computer game, may I recommend Reverse 1999. I have been obsessed. If you love Doctor Who, Back to the Future, and urban fantasy, you would love it. Okay. This is one of the best video games ever. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Paladin Pirate says, sounds like one of those tight armored paladins. That's why I'm a paladin pirate. You know, that's fair. That's very fair, paladin pirate. And I am turned around. Alrighty. And I cannot remember your name. Holoi? Poloi? Back from the wood. Commander Holoi appears to have more to say. I did kind of run off and then come back. A couple weeks later. The Sylvic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Seedseer to no end. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. Once again, I thank you. Had the Scions of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may have led us into needless conflict. Pray pass my regards on to Lady Minfilia. Who is calling us, I bet. Hello? Hello, Jack? Can you hear me? It is I, Minfilia. Ida and Papalymo returned some little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with tales of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Yet the end of one tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. I would appraise you of the present situation in person. Yes, we shall pray return to the Waking Sands. And I do believe we still have some of these that will take me there a lot faster. Yep, and here we are in Vesper Bay. And it is nightfall. Nighttime out here. Ah, Tataru. I'm supposed to talk to you, I take it? Well, if it isn't my... I can't do the voice now. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventure, welcome back, Jack. Lady Minfilia awaits you within the solar. Please enter at your own leisure. Why, thank you, Tataru. It's not really instant transmission, it's fast travel. I'm given to understand that the matter of Ramuh has finally been resolved. You again. I fear resolved bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim, yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Leven will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough. Thancred is sparing no effort. Wait, Thancred is sparing no effort? It sounds like he's not doing anything, which wouldn't surprise me, especially right now. There are many. There. Yeah. There are many in one, just as what you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. I've been meaning to ask, but is Alice quite well? I feel as if I have scarcely seen her in recent days. Oh, you haven't, and nor have I, alas. Alice has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl. But you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust that the Baldessian report will serve you well. I take it we can proceed as discussed. Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act. So you say. Not that he's a bad guy. He's just Alpha now. It's good to see you again, Jack. I've been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelveswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. With that, we can strike Ramuh from the list. So who's next? The Sahagin and Leviathan? The Lord of the World has not answered his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to in the near future. While the Sahagin remains as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As for the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices. For a time, at least. For a time bears repeating. We can ill afford to fall complacent. It's as the Stola says. Unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when next a primal will return to plague the land. That being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long, you may depend upon it. Indeed. So then, all the known primals have been active in recent times. We are left with... Gridania. Wait, I mean Garuda, who is the primal of the Ixal who live near Gridania. That's what I meant. So many moms to cover. Would that we were more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not long to have wanted for a more practical solution. She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? But one step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs, under the sage guidance of the Seedseers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You have earned it. If I'd have known that, I'd have come back here earlier. Is there something else, Jack? Well, there was this guy in a cloak. Beg pardon? A man named La Habrea, sporting a red mask and robed in black? 12 Preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Ascians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this La Habrea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to think... Eek! Tataru! Oh no, it's a sylph! A sylph? In Thanalan? At long last, this one finds Walking One Jack. This one is most dependable on these ones. Is sent by Elder One Frixio to help Walking Ones. This one is called Neurexia. This one comes as friend. Let these ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Neurexia. Well, that's a thing. Neko says, the name reminded me of Samurai Jack. Gotta get back to the past, Samurai Jack. It wasn't the idea. I just wanted something that went with Hoppington because I thought Hoppington would be a fun name for a bunny boy. Artsy says, I sense a little shade here. About praying returning to the waking sands, or was there something else? Or what was it me kind of spitting on Thancred there? Neko says, wait, Zelda reference? Could be, but I doubt it. Not sure what you're referring to, unfortunately. Minfilia, we got stuff to do. Yes, Tataru is ready to express her fright as she... Bleh. Yes, Tataru is as ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged with the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of yours are beginning to unite, Jack, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Ascians' presence, but they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight. Fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. Oh, you got a good reason for thinking that. And I am now level 40. And I haven't achieved the, I got an achievement called Stick Them with the Pointy End. Again. It's like 4 of them now. Minfilia would have you investigate the mysterious La Habrea. I am afraid there is no rest for the weary, Jack. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Ascian known as La Habrea. This is an ideal moment to do so while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Ascians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to the Grand Company to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect, and they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go, speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go out the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that you're dealing with the unknown. You can't take too many precautions. Be safe, Jack. Paladin says, do you know how to use that? Sure, pointing end goes in the other man. Yeah. So, to the Hall of Flames, which is, thankfully I know exactly where that is. It's right next door to where I'll pop out here. Okie dokie. It's just right here next to the Aetheryte Plaza. Flame Commander? The Masked Man. Ah, you are the one come on behalf of the Scions. Of course, yes. As we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there have been a sighting of this rogue near about Eastern Thanalan. A brass blade stationed at Highbridge described him in detail when he was alerted to the suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Kirkern. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees to its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow's always starved for customers, and he's no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have coin or the mind, whether or not you have coin or the mind to spend it. All right, so I think that's going to take us to yes, Camp Drybone. We weren't there for a while, no. Alrighty. Mount Roulettes, what do we get? We got this weird thing. I don't think we've done him yet. Let's see, there's Arion. That was the horse we had earlier. Grani? Yeah, Grani. Possessed of a strength both mind and body that is unmatched in the first, as a mount, Grani has no peer on land or in the heavens. It is said, however, the noble creature will only accept a rider who has pledged to restore shadow to the land bereft of night. That will make more sense when we get to Shadowbringers. If we get to Shadowbringers. Which is a long way away, actually. So, how is everybody doing this evening? I don't think I have gotten around to asking that question just yet. Everyone have a good Easter? I know Artsy was busy for a good portion of that time. Welcome to Highbridge, Adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two, eh? You're one of those people who's going to keep me busy. Hihibaru wants to help you find La Habrea. Maybe. When the Order of Nodthal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims. But thanks to the nigh endless beastmen raids, folk are too afraid to come within a Malmavir. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares. Spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant. The masked man? Bah! I'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go and ask the other merchants. Well, sure thing. Ours is doing good. We had around 15 kiddos altogether for the service, and about 20 altogether for the Easter egg hunt. Nice. Arthur says, today and yesterday have been relax and nap and chill days, as previously stated. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, we'll go and talk to you peoples over here first. Militaquint merchant? Aye, I've heard tell of the Masked Devil. Seems like he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thanalan too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of my imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. Well, that wasn't very helpful, but thank you. Thank you anyway, strange person. I read the one on the Griffin before, I believe. And Neko says, just ate Zaxby's and now playing Reverse 1999. That's why I'm not chatting as much. Resource grinding. You know, I get that. I get that. Absent-minded merchant, what have you got for me? On the trail of the masked man? I have heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. It's said he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious. And that's all I could say, little though it is. Well, that's very helpful, Bucky. Bucky boy. Oh, there you are. Impassive merchant. Out here in the middle of nowhere. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't. Nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folks have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of the Kyrkan raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. Well, that's a shame for you, buddy. Maybe you could sell to the Ratmen, which are the Kyrkan. Hihibaru? There's nobody here can tell me anything. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Kyrkan raids are so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfares first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. That ain't very helpful. Hihibaru has information that will surely lead you to La Habrea. Obviously, some time has passed in the story between these two quests. I finally got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own two eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man, your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Kyrkan appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It would be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you have proven yourself more than a match for this pack of rats. So what do you think? That's some sound, reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well, worth all that lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? I mean, you could have given me something a little bit faster, but sure. Trez, I need a ride. We're going up here into Welwick Wood. Not an area you normally think of when you think desert, but it's on the edge of the Black Shroud, so there you go. Somewhere around here. Ah. It's right there. Ah. If I can get up the stinking mountain. Or the hill, or whatever you want to call it. Alright. Some smoldering coal. Use it. And a hostile presence. Oh no! Well, that was one guy down. And now we go back to Hihibaru. Wasn't who we were looking for, I don't think. Excuse me. Present the word of the destroyer to Hihibaru. Pardon me, Mr. Bumble Beetle. Back so soon? Were you able to find any clues leading to the masked man? I did find this. A paper ward inscribed with a prayer to the patron deity of Ala Mhigo, Rhalgar. The scroll. It bears a prayer to Rhalgar, the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Rhalgar is the guardian deity of Ala Mhigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last gill that your assailant was Ala Mhigan. It seems the masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self-same merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and neat here at the High Bridge? Well, I got stuff to do. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go check out this guy. On to Little Ala Mhigo. Hihibaru has a suggestion to help you with your investigation. The Ala Mhigan bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So it stands to reason that if you want to pick up that trail again, you should head towards Little Ala Mhigo over in southern Thanalan. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favorite destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to the life in Old Ak. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes it is a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much of a help she will be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has, relocated to Little Ala Mhigo. Her name is Hihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek out her first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by I don't think of her. I suppose that is it then. I had hoped that you would linger here for a while, call some fiends, spend some coin, what have you, but something tells me you're destined for greater things. Whatever it is you end up, I wish you the best. Alrighty. So off to Little Ala Mhigo. And we got the Fat Chocobo. I don't think I've actually gotten Fat Chocobo yet. Fat Chocobo, Fat Chocobo. Playfully described as large and in charge, and truthfully, when summoned, this gluttonous gourmand will flap nary a feather unless a garland of Gishel greens is dangled before him. In which case, not even the laws of nature can slow the Fat Chocobo down. Alrighty. We got to head to southern Thanalan, which means we need to go south. Zoom out a bit. Neko says he prefers the term chunky bow. Apparently, though, a fence can stop him. Almost went the wrong way. Boom, 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 boom. Bum, 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 bum. Nicholas says he loves its waddle. You should see it when it flies. Unfortunately, I can't do that yet because I haven't unlocked flying, but... But you can see he is trying to get that Gishel green on a fishing pole. Alrighty. He's a big old boy. A big old Boko. He's a big old Boko. Little Alamigo. That's the wrong way. It's very easy to get turned around here in Little Alamigo. Ah, I need to go this way. Ah, I missed. Actually, I didn't need to come up here. I just need to go this way. Alrighty, we found another aetheryte, so we'll go ahead and attune. Now we can transport here anytime we want. Talk to the Chocobo Keep in case for some reason I ever need this. Or the Chocobo Porter. And it appears we need to go down this way. Ah, Hihira. I come from visiting your father, young lady. Hmm? Why, yes, Hibaru's my father. He said what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that... Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't bother you with my family matters, but I am grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man? I'm afraid that description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others may have seen something. I would recommend you first speak with Gundabald, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Well, I can kind of understand that. Y'all have had a kind of a crappy life. Who are you? State your business, and be quick about it. I'm Jack. Looking for a masked villain, you say? Why should we help you, pray? We struggle enough without having to answer the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here. Be gone. Okay, then. So, is this where the MSQ ends? Actually, no, it continues. But you have to go and look around to find it. T for 3. Gilzabart would like to aid in your manhunt. Well met, adventurer. I'm Gilzavart, head of security here at Little Alamigo. I heard that you have business with Gundabald. Knowing the bristly old man, I doubt he told you to bugger off. No doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men and I can get as much as a word of thanks out of them, despite watching the place day and night. But thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man where I can, and you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what's brought you here, I might be able to lend a hand. On the trail of a masked villain, you say? Can't say that sounds familiar, but I have men on lookout for Amalja to the south of here. If there's been any suspicious activity, they are like to have seen it. I had a mind to take each of them a cup of sweet Thanalan tea, so as to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know. Well, that's fair. We shall do that then. Let's see what we got on the roulette. We got the big whale. We got the space whale. Because that makes the most sense in a desert. A giant space whale. Or it says, ooh, the Goth space whale. Indeed. It's technically a machine, though. Who the hells are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. I bring tea? Well, ain't she considerate? My thanks, friend. What's that? A masked villain hiding among the refugees like is not... what's that? A masked villain? Hiding among the refugees like is not. Me compatriots as live here go about as though they're dead on their feet. 'Tis near impossible to tell what's on their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. Well, technically, no, they're not, but I get what you're saying. And we're back on the Griffin. Angry River? What do you got for me? You there. Are you an Amalja? Are you an Amalja? No, then carry on. I bring tea. Ah, the sophisticated aroma. It's been forever since I had a drop of sweet Thanalan. I'm going to enjoy this. What? A mess man? Don't know, don't care. Unless he's got dark, scaly skin, stands 10 foams tall, and has the face of a lizard, then I don't give a mummer's fart. You are not helpful. Yes, silly person. And then this thing again. Though we're not going far. Yayazuku! Are you going to be as rude as Angry River? Shoo! Shoo! Don't bother me. If the Amalja overrun us, I'm blaming you. I bring tea. For me? You shouldn't have. Sorry, a suspicious masked man? As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not. What with the mask and the robe, but assuming it was a he was talking with some Alamegans. I assume he was one of them. Ooh. Well, let's go back to Gilzavart and find out what he knows. And we got the space whale again. Space whale. I mean, we are in broken water. For what that's worth. Oop, I missed. Well, it didn't quite work like I thought it would. All right, I'm trying to do as artsy as ass with whale noises. So I try to do the actual ones. Or it could be like Dory. Do you know where the mask man is? Ah, you're back. So did my lookouts have naught to share with you? That doesn't seem like much to go by. If you get any further in your investigation, it seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Alamegans. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. And it doesn't sound like it. We'll go with money, because I like money. Foot in the door. Gilsbert would offer you some advice regarding your investigation. So you're determined to press on with your investigation? Then I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Alamegans' trust, and the best way to win that trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you. Coin does the talking in Ul'dah, but the Alamegans are bound by something far stronger. It's less tangible, a common purpose. That purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. Gundobald belongs to the Alamegan resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them. Well, we do know Minfilia, as this says to do, so back to Vesper Bay. Feels like we should have probably brought them in before now. You know? Whee! Pardon me, Tataru. I gotta go talk to Minfilia. Yes, I'd like to enter the Solar. Minfilia, I need help. Welcome back, Jack. How fares the investigation? I see. Given all they have suffered, it's a little wonder the Alamegan refugees have lost faith in their fellow man. They have their homeland taken from them. For the past 2 decades, they've had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, none of the 3 city-states have the means to take in those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Alamegans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Would that more could be done to ease their hardships. I fear that nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens that there is an Alamegan native among the Scions. I would be pleased to introduce him to you. Oh, well, that's helpful. Let's see. Ooh, those are an upgrade. We get those. We get new pants. It doesn't want to let me have new pants. Why doesn't it want me to have new pants? I want new pants. A new set of pants. Pants. Yes, these. Aren't they in this one I just got? Oh, this is the one. Cannot equip gear to feet. Oh, that's a shame. But it looks nice. We'll go with this for now. Ooh, weapons coffer. Minfilia wants to introduce you to an Alamegan member of the Scions. Nick says, okay, gonna go. Good luck, Nya. Have a good evening, Neko. We are recording our review of Cinderella on Friday, so come back for that if you wish, and see us talk about a very bad kitty. So, yeah, we'll talk to you later, Neko. Artsy says, no pants for you. Artsy says, British people would be rolling because pants is their word for underwear, I think. I think it is, but I don't know what else to call it besides pants. Your Alamegan comrade is named, good night. My contacts are plaguing me. Is named, what does that say? Harrybert? Harrybert. He joined our cause in the hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no effort towards that endeavor, I have no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Haldebert is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area. Try looking for him where we just store things we're not currently using. Because that's all you peons are to me. No, that's not how Minfilia is. But, it's funny that... Oh yeah, just go check the closet for this guy. He's between missions right now. It's not that these people don't just hang out in here. Harrybert, you look like an Ellison. But you're not an Ellison. You are, in fact, a Heer. If it isn't Jack Hoppington, the Scion's rising star, is there aught I can do for you? Yes, I need you to talk to your people. You wish to win the trust of the people of Little Alamigo? That is a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I would like nothing more than to help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Alamigan Resistance, you see, but I left in favor of joining the Scions. Though my allegiances may have shifted, my purpose remains ever the same, the liberation of Alamigo. Yet whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades, and they'll have nothing to do with me. Now, while I may have no more friends in the Resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albrida, and she is a resident of Quarrymill. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. Okay, so we now got to go to Quarrymill, which is in southern South Shroud, and I do not have either of these yet, so we go to Bent Branch. To the Bent Branch. If I click buttons correctly. Alright. Get on our mount, which is a little, what do you call this guy? Carbuncle. He's a rideable carbuncle. He glows in the dark. Oh, I do have to read the mount guide for him. I assume it's a him. Aquamarine Carbuncle. Those adventurers who have longed to hop on their carbuncles' backs can give thanks to the arcanist Ulan, whose research into Diamond Carbuncle provide the necessary cues to create an arcane entity of rideable proportions. And I kind of just missed the turn because I'm reading. Never read and drive, kids. As its form is maintained by a large aquamarine, it can be summoned even by those unversed in the ways of Arcanima. Alright. Ride past Buscaron and his druthers. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Admittedly, Steph, Carbuncle is the name of a traditional Final Fantasy summon. And they do tend to change appearances from time to time, but they usually are shown as a cute little fluffy fox dude. They are meant to be one of the easiest summons in games where that's actually a hard thing to pull off. Well met, Traveler. Might I interest you in a Chocobo Porter? No, I just want to make sure I'm checked in with you so that, if for some reason I ever do need it, I have it. Albreda! I have come to talk with you about the Ala Mhigan Resistance. Eh? You want me to introduce you to the Resistance? Huh, why the hell should I do that? Just give me one good reason. Trying to stop stuffing from happening? Haribert sent you? That worthless man. He abandons his comrades, his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me for a favor? Simply incredible. Oh, it's his ex. I realized Haribert was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man, and if he trusts you, that's all I need to know. You see that bloke there? That's Mefred, a captain of the Resistance. I hope he can give you what you need. Thank you. Where'd the chest go? Oh, where did that chest go? It seems to have just disappeared. Oh, there it is. Yes, I would like to use this and get a new weapon. A steel broadsword and viper-crested round shield. Nice. Can I get them? Yay. Oh, wants me to go back to the Warden's trousers and Brigand's leggings and won't actually update my weapons. Because my weapons are better than that. Poodoo. Poodoo. Stick with what I got. Mefred, need to talk to your Resistance buddies. Mefred needs help tending a wounded brother. I am Mefred, proud man of the Ala Mhigan Resistance. What business do you have with me, adventurer? Captain, it's Galleon, sir. His wound's gone and festered, and he's burning up. I don't think he's got much time. God's dang it. I asked the villagers for aid, got on my knees and begged, and they refused to lift a finger. If Galleon dies, his blood is on their hands. These Corimo cravens would turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to Albreda. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone at this moment. I realize we scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventurer, go to her and try. She just sent me to you, buddy. I just realized that I forgot to do something a second ago. I need to attune to this aetheryte. Alright. Now I can talk again to Albreda. See if she's calmed down a little after I invoked the name of her ex. One of Mefred's in bad shape, you say? I'm sorry, but there's naught I can do. I want to help, truly I do. They're my countrymen, after all. But that'd mean going against the elemental's will. I've been at Corimo long enough to know how right terrible the beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if everyone got banished because of me. If there's anyone who can help you, it'll be Charlene, the Hamlet's resident here. If you take the matter to her, might be as she'll listen, though I wouldn't get my hopes up. Okay. Hear Charlene. Oh, I just realized the name of this is Killing Him Softly. Killing him softly with his songs. Charlene, I have a question for you. You wish to aid the Alamegans. You are possessed of a kind heart, adventurer, but I'm afraid I have not the authority to grant you your wish. The authority belongs only to the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood. All outsiders, be they babes or at the breasts or men grown, are judged of a night whether they might have a place beneath the boughs. Alas, the Alamegans' petition have been denied. Harsh though it may seem, they do have leave to receive of the wood's bounty, ever as has been since time immemorial, and ever shall it be. But they do not have the leave to receive of the wood's bounty. Charlene, you are no help. You are no help, Charlene. You are killing him softly with your words. That's how it is to be, then. The bloody hare might as well have killed Galien herself. Spit on the elementals and spit on their bloody will. I cannot wait until the resistance is free of this place. Hang on, there might be some other help. Helping Horn. Mefrid needs your help to save a wounded comrade. Still. I led my men to Coromil hoping to find refuge. Instead, we found indifference. The cold-hearted bastards here want us out, and I can't oblige them soon enough. The problem is, some of mine aren't fit to travel. Hell's Galien can't even stand. As you well know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us, so I have no choice but to turn to you, adventurer. In my homeland, long antelope horn is a traditional remedy for poison-purging properties. If you could bring me, say, 4 horns, I'd forever be in your debt. You need 4 horns. 4 horns of the apocalypse? Oh wait, those are riders. Where, this is not telling me where to go, which is interesting. Oh, it's to the north. To the northeast. Alright. Bloop. Back on the carbuncle we go. Yeah, Jack has to do all the work around here. The NPCs can't bear to lift a finger to help. And it appears I'm not the only one around here doing quests. That's 3. 1 more. I hope the elementals forgive me. I mean, by all technical accounts... Well, that's a spoiler. Back on the Mount Roulette. And we are on the Space Whale. Excuse me, I'm bringing horns back for the Alamegan soldier who can't walk right now. If I can find my way back into Coromil. It's around here somewhere. There we go. I missed the turn somewhere over there. Ah! Boop, 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 boop. Ah, you're back. Tell me you got the 4 horns with you. I do have the 4 horns. This particular specimen is almost twice as long as a normal horn. How it grew to be the size in a single season is baffling. You're a godsend, adventurer. Praise Ralgar, there's at least one man in this place who gives a dang. Now we just need to find a way to prepare them. You wouldn't happen to know a man named Buscaron, would you? Some comrades of mine told me about him once. They said he never turns away folk in need, no matter where they're from. Seeing as he runs a tavern, he's like to have the tools to make the medicine. I'd be grateful if you could take the horn over to him and have them ground down. When that's done, take the powder back and give it to Faramund here. Godspeed. Alright, we gotta go visit Buscaron. And we got us we're on the motorcycle. On the Falcon. Yeah, I do seem to be a favorite, don't I? Oh, Buscaron, I need you to ground up these horns so we can save a man's life that the elementals don't give a flying banana about. Oh, you didn't hear me say that part. Pardon me, red bellies. I'm not trying to bother you. Go, you can poach later. You'd think. The harder part is just making sure I know where I'm going. I get turned around really easy. Buscaron! Ah, Jack, ever a sight for sore eyes. How fares the adventuring? Rolling in the coin? Like there's no tomorrow, no doubt. You got something to show me. Yes, I have some horns. Wait, these look like good old antelope horns. Need them ground down to make a medicine, you say? Here's a better idea. I'll give you some of this stuff. I have in my stores. I am no stranger to the remedy. An Alamegan friend once used it to treat my festering wound years and years ago. Safe to say, he saved my life. What's that? This is for an Alamegan soldier in Quarry Mill? So it comes full circle. Well, I hope it helps the poor sod as needs it. Oh, and don't worry your little head about payment. I still owe you a deal more than you owe me, I reckon. Well, that's fair. Back to Quarry Mill. And give it to Faramund. Oop. I am getting stuck on level geometry. But that's my own fault for sticking too close to the side of the road. Burb dog and lion bird. Technically, he's a cat bird because he's a lion. Faramund, I've got your medicine. It is well that you have returned. Have you the medicine for our brother? I do have an herbal ointment. If one is to believe Buscaron, the sour-smelling paste from Alamiga will stop a wound from festering. And it must have been 30 minutes since I summoned Trez. God's bless you, adventurer. I'll see that Galleon receives the treatment at once. Hopefully this will allow the captain to rest easier. It has been a terrible burden on him trying to keep every man alive. You've done us a great kindness, friend. Well, no problem. Yeah, we'll go with money. Level 41. Doing level 27 quests, and we're at level 41. Meffred needs your help to find a missing comrade. Don't tell me that boy's missing now. Adventurer, Galleon has gone missing. How'd you lose him? He couldn't even stand. He's nowhere to be found. He should be walking about, not with those wounds. If he doesn't get the proper medicine and rest, his condition's like to deteriorate to where it was before, or worse. We need you to help us find him, and quickly. Start by asking Albrita. Might be the woman seen something. Couldn't you have spotted him running off? You're not far from where Albrita is. You can come talk to her too. Ah, finally, it's about time you came asking about Galleon. I watched him leave Quarrymill some time ago, and he left me the sealed letter before he went off. Made me swear not to open it until someone came asking. My brothers, I cannot bear to be a burden any longer. That is why I must leave you all. Do not worry for me. Just find your way safely to little Ala Mhigo. Blast it. Would that I know what he was thinking. I'd have stopped that folly myself. The love Galleon bears for his brothers is so strong. He's willing to sacrifice himself for them. Make no mistake, entering the wood in his weakened state is suicide. Mefred, we need to go out and find your buddy. He's going to get himself killed. Out in the wilds? Alone? That fool. That great big sentimental fool. My men and I will scour the wood for Galleon. Please, help us find him before something terrible happens. Track down Galleon. Alrighty. Let's go find us Galleon. Oh. We got us not just any motorcycle. We got the SDS Fenrir. Manufactured for use by the now defunct Strife delivery service. That's Cloud Strife, by the way. This two-wheeled monstrosity cerulean engine howls like a silver wolf of legend as it propels its rider across desert and plain. Yes, this is actually the motorcycle from Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. Galleon, there you are, my buddy. My friend. Watch out! A goblin! A goblin? Methinks he needs to go take a dirt nap. Another ambusher. Feel the wrath of my wooden plank. Alright, Galleon, you idiot. I brought your medicine. We need to get you back to town before you keel over and die. Galleon! Captain, but why? You should be all on your way. Who do you take us for? We're Ala Mhigans, and Ala Mhigans never forsake one another. Hardships be danged. Remember the oath we swore, gods dang it. The oath to reclaim our homeland. We'll set foot on Ala Mhigan soil again. Together, or not at all. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Good. Let us return to our brothers. Oh, I don't even think that you'll get off lightly. As soon as you're healed, I'll give you such a thorough thrashing, you'll wish we didn't find you. I can't thank you enough for saving Galleon. I will see you back at Quarrymill. Back on the Mount Roulette. And we got us a Firebird. Mefred, I have returned. Galleon's expected to make a full recovery. We'll linger here until he's strong enough to take to the road again. As much as I mislike this place, beggars can't be choosers. That's fair. Meffred wishes to repay your kindness. Well, I do have something I need from you, my friend. Now that things are relatively settled, I seem to recall that you wanted something of me. That's true. You've proven a true friend of my people. Ask of me anything and it's yours, so long as it's mine to give. The cooperation of the people of Little Ala Mhigo? That's all? Far be it from me to question your desires, of course. Very well, I shall provide you with a letter to show to Gundobald. The old bear was my mentor when I first joined the Resistance. He's intimidating to those who don't know him yet, but he takes care of his own. I have no doubt that he will do all in his power to aid you. If you say so. Back to Gundobald in Little Ala Mhigo. Oh, Gundobald, despite the fact you left me in the lurch, I got you a letter that says you're going to help me because I'm a friend of Ala Mhigo. Why have you returned? You are not welcome here. I thought I made that clear. Well, I've got this letter here. It says otherwise. A quickly drawn up letter addressed to one Gundobald. You've spoken with Meffred? It has been so long since I last heard from him. I had feared him dead. 12 be praised. Whoever you are, Meffred sees you as a friend, and any friend of Meffred is a friend of mine. I know of this masked stranger you seek, and will tell you what I can. You could have made this a lot easier, Gunny. Mount speed in the South Shroud has increased. But nowhere else. Yeah. Gundobald is willing to share with you what he knows of the masked stranger. An outsider resembling your masked stranger has reportedly been appearing near Little Ala Mhigo of late. What's more, it seems that some of our young bloods are meeting him in secret. Why are you letting them do that, Gundy? No doubt you'll want to question them about their trysts, but they are not like to yield the information readily to an outsider. If you tell them I sent you, though, they may well feel obliged to talk. I do question why you're letting them talk to this masked outsider when you wouldn't even talk to an outsider who's not even masked. A masked man? No idea what you're talking about. I ain't done nothing wrong, so leave me be. Okay. Not blaming you for anything. Gundobald sent you? Listen, I told him it was a bad idea. All that tripe about believing the masked man and... Oh, you don't know anything about this. Why didn't you say so? To start with, you can't throw the old bear's name around like that and expect me to think I'm in for it. Well, this is not seeming good for our peoples here. Artsy Steph says, The Lone Ranger. What? Have I been meeting any masked men lately? Let's see. Nope, can't say I have, but I'll be sure to tell all my friends you're looking for him. Let me talk to your last friend first before you do that. Tailbot. There's a bunch of been skulking around here right suspicious. But I've got nothing to do with them. I know trouble when I see it, and that there's trouble. Mark my words. Gundobald, your kids are, well, they're kids. They're more afraid of getting in trouble than they are of helping. You know, like kids. So, you have indeed confirmed my suspicions about a masked man. That is most troubling. Whatever the young ones are scheming, it can lead us to no good end. There's an anger inside them. I can see it in their eyes. I ought to know, for it once burned within me as well. 2 decades ago, the same anger drove me and my brothers to rise up against the despot who ruled Ala Mhigo. Naught would do but to depose him and usher in a revolution. Well, we got our revolution, all right, but it cost us our freedom. Blinded by our hate, we didn't realize that we had been dancing to the Empire's tune. By the time we did, it was too late. Ala Mhigo had fallen. There are times when a man must be patient. Now is such a time. Though the young ones know this not, unless we intervene, they are like to commit a great folly. If you learn aught of their plans, I would thank you to bring word to me. Well, I'll see what I can do. High potion. High potion. Wilred wants you. Kremfling has a secret message for you. It's a secret. Hey, adventure. You done talking with the old bear? I've got a message for you from Wilred. Lad's something of a leader among the young ones here. He's impressed that you've won over Gundobald and wants a word with you. Says he'll be waiting over there at the craggy area north of here. Okay. Wilred. Oh yeah, I can exit over here. Yes, the youths. The youths are being children. Riding on a giant cat with really big whiskers. All right, Wilred. Surely this is not an ambush. Thanks for coming, friend. 'Tis no ordinary outsider that can gain the trust of the old bear. That's why I wanted to meet you, to discuss something in private. Tell me, why are you snooping about? Did the Empire send you, or someone else? Curl got your tongue? No matter. Whoever it is you work for, your meddling ends here. Get him! Smack you in the tush with my giant paddle, you Ala Mhigan youth. Foolish, foolish youths. To quote the bride from, or to paraphrase the bride from Kill Bill, that's why you don't mess with Asians. You're stronger than you look. This changes nothing. Threaten us, beat us bloody all you like, but nothing short of death can make us give up our fight. We're going to obtain the power to bring down the Empire, and with it, we'll reclaim our homeland. Oh, this does not sound good. This does not sound good at all. Fat Chocobo, run like the wind! Bring me to Gundobald! Fat Chocobo, Fat Chocobo, alone in the world with a big fat Chocobo. I've gotten turned around again. That's the way out. I go this way. Fat chocobo, fat chocobo. Alone in the world with a big fat chocobo. Unfortunately, I can't afford to feed him that many greens at one time. It's a lot of gills. Something I can't get it to rhyme. Attacked by Wilred and his cronies, that they would go to such lengths for the sake of this plan of theirs. Left to their own devices, the young fools are like to harm others, if not themselves. We must uncover their agenda and put an end to this madness. Indeed we must. Indeed we must. Where do you think we should go, Gundobald? Big trouble in Little Alamigo. Gundobald needs your help to rein in the young ones of Little Alamigo. Wilred mentioned obtaining the power to bring down the Empire. Of what power could he be speaking? Gundobald. Bertana, God's preserve, what happened? I was out foraging when the corpse brigade came. They took me to their hideout, and they... Oh, wow, they laughed at me. They said I suffers because I cling on to hope. Is it wrong to dream of home? Is it wrong to call ourselves Alamegans? Do not heed such poisonous notions, child. Our dreams are what sustain us. Be strong. I swear to you, those villains will answer for their crimes in due time. But tell me, does anyone else know of this? Wilred, he saw me outside. He was so angry. I must tend to Britannia. In the meantime, I need you to find out what the young ones make of this. I fear they may be doing something rash. All right. Artsy says, okie dokie, time for me to have dinner. Bye. Have a good evening, Artsy Stuff. Thank you for popping in, and I will catch you probably Friday. I'm actually not far from finding a stopping place. So probably after I finish this quest, I will end it. Actually, no. I think I'll end it here. I'll just go ahead and put that there. And we will find somebody to raid. Gots to find me somebody to raid. I don't think Retro Rewind is on quite yet. Following. I haven't rated Aaron 2U2 in a while, so I'll just head that way. But yeah, thank y'all for joining me, and we'll catch you Friday for Cinderella, and we'll talk to you later. Which I should have hit start raid before I went into all that. But you know how that goes. One.